Weather alert now. The biggest snowstorm in years is headed for the Northeast. Or that's what the meteorologists tell us. More than 65 million people in its path. Some cities could get, we're told, as much as a foot of snow, some more. Forecasters say with blizzard-like conditions in some areas, power outages possible. Janice Huff knows this stuff. She's tracking the snowstorm. Chief meteorologist for NBC4 New York. Going to be quite a day tomorrow, huh?
Oh, yeah, Shep, that's for sure. Tomorrow night into Thursday as well. Our storm hasn't actually developed yet, but it's in the beginning stages over the Gulf of Mexico.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Scott coming to you with yet another new video. Now, what the hell is this behind me? Guys, today is my birthday. Happy birthday! I'm really into photography right now. I got some new backdrops, and I'm going to take a photo celebrating 53 years on this earth, and this is the background I picked. I was debating whether or not I should even do a video on YouTube, but I think you guys get used to me having a video every Sunday, so I didn't want to let you guys down. Although this is going to be a very brief and short video. Thumbs up, you guys will probably appreciate that. Now, there has been a lot of crazy weather going on out there, not only in Pennsylvania where I live, but out there in Texas and several different areas. And a lot of us who keep fish are not prepared for what may happen when ice, snow, sleet hits our area and the power goes off. This short video is how you should prepare for inclement weather coming your way in case there is power outages for more than a day or two. And unfortunately for a lot of people in Texas and even people in my local area, bad weather came and people lost power and people lost fish. So this is a video on what you should do if you know bad weather is coming. Now, some people in Texas weren't aware that this was going to happen and didn't have time to react to it. I'm telling you what you should do before the bad weather hits if you know it's coming. Number one, bad weather's coming. You could lose power. Do water changes. That should be the first thing you do. Do water changes because you don't know if you're going to lose power, how long you're going to lose power, if you're going to lose water, etc. So your fish could potentially be in their tanks 3, 4, even a week before power gets cut back on. You want to make sure you do the water change so they have the best water parameters. Don't feed your fish before inclement weather comes and during inclement weather. You don't want to have a situation where your ammonia spikes up because you fed your fish. They're creating waste, and there's leftover food in your tank, and it's rising, spiking up your ammonia to where it's going to be harmful to your fish. Don't feed your fish prior to a storm coming. Don't feed your fish during the storm, and definitely don't feed your fish if your power actually goes out. It is just going to cause problems for your fish. Your fish is going to be dealing with enough with the temperature adjustments and no water flow, no oxygen, without you adding to this mix by putting in fish food that they just simply they don't need, and it's just going to make things worse. So now I brought some goodies up here that I thought of would be useful in times of inclement weather. Again, guys, I'm just throwing this together because I wanted to at least put a short video out, even though it's my birthday. I did want to put a short video out. So I don't even know what number on. Let's just go as it is. Water change before inclement weather. Don't feed fish before inclement weather. The other thing that I would recommend that I have done personally, and I know that works, heating pads. You definitely want to stock up on heating pads. What I normally do is when the power goes out, you don't do it before the power goes out. But if, unfortunately, your power goes out and you want to keep your tanks heated, put these bad boys on the sides of your tank, underneath your tank, if you can get underneath there. And these guys will generate heat for at least 24 to 48 hours for you. You can find them at Lowe's for a really incredible price. It's very cheap. And, you know, this probably cost me $1. And this $1 heating pad right here, this is actually a hand warmer, but this works just as well. Hand warmer, heat pads, anything that's going to generate heat when your power's out, put them on, stick them all over your tanks if you can. That's going to keep sealing the heat of your tank. One great thing about water, it takes a long time to heat it up, but it also takes a long time for it to cool down. So if you have these bad boys attached to your tank, they're going to keep your tank water consistent for at least 24 hours. At least 24 hours. So keep that in mind. The other thing that I would do once the power goes out, again, we said we wouldn't put those heating pads on until the power actually went out. The other thing I would do is drape the tanks with towels, blankets, cover it up, cover all the tanks up. You're going to keep that heat inside the tank. This is also, you know what it feels like when you throw blankets on when it's cold. It warms you up. Put all the blankets, all the comforters, all the towels you can over all your tanks. There's no point in being worried that you can't see your fish. You're not going to have any power anyway. Put all the towels, all the comforters, all the blankets you can pile up on each one of your tanks. Is going to keep the heat inside the tanks. All right? Second thing, I don't know why I'm saying second thing. It's probably the fourth or fifth thing. And I live and I swear by these air pumps. Battery, see that? Quick reflexes. Battery powered air pumps. These used to be the old ones I used to have with a big, I think these are D batteries. I still keep these around. Great when your power goes out and you can kind of see, you want to keep generating air. You can put air stone, tubing on here and connect to an air tube and air stone and keep generating oxygen in the tank, which is going to be beneficial for your fish. Now, Cobalt has upgraded to these USB air pumps, which are absolutely great. I keep these generated all the time. I keep these stored up, plugged in all the time. And I have one for every tank. Believe it or not, I have one for every tank. Now, Cobalt did send me about 3 of these, but I also bought some from Super Cichlids. Each one of my tank has one of these by the tank as backups, plugged in, ready to go. These bad boys will last about 36 hours, believe it or not, once they're charged up fully. This new one that just came out lasts for almost 48 hours. That's why it's a little better than this one. The Cobalt ones come in single or double valves, so you can put 2 air tubings in here, which is great. And again, I swear by these. So what I do in a time, and I've had this happen when my power's gone off, I will start with these and let them go as long as they can. Now, there's some different fluctuations on here where you can have them start and stop, so you're not using up all the power, and that's what I would suggest. I would put it on that setting where it's starting for about 30 minutes and it cuts off for an hour, and then starting for 30 minutes. That's going to generate enough air and agitation in the tank to keep your fish happy. If for some reason your power's out longer than these can stay with it, that's why I've always kept these, because then I'll back it up with this. I have plenty of D batteries, just waiting for something bad to happen. These guys will go for a long time too. It all depends on the type of batteries you get. If you get some cheapos like these, they're not going to last that long. But if you get some Energizers, Duracells, those bad boys can last a day or two themselves. So definitely have battery air pumps, whether it's these that you can charge with a USB or whether it's these that you can use D batteries with. The other thing I want to talk about is make sure you have a converter in your car to put into your cigarette lighter. If you have an older car, a lot of the newer cars now have the USB port already established in the car. My Mitsubishi Lancer has that, so I don't need these, but I did back in the day when I had my older car. But you can continue to charge these by going out to your car, starting it up, and charging these bad boys up. Now, whether you need a USB adapter in your cigarette lighter so you can do it, or whether you already have one, how awesome is this that you don't have to have electricity in your house? You can go out to your car, turn your car on, and charge this back up in like an hour, and this will last you another 24 to 36 hours. So this is probably my #1 tool that I would suggest. Go to Cobalt, check them out. I believe Corey from Aquarium Co-op actually has some too. Smaller green ones that work really well. I think Mike from Fish Tank Barn has used them and says they work really well. So either way, I would suggest the Cobalt ones. I'm loyal to Cobalt. These guys have been really good to me, whether it's been power outages or me transporting fish when I go pick up fish or switch fish with people. These have been really good to me, and I highly, highly recommend them. You can also go to Super Cichlids. They sell these too. SuperCichlids.com. Lisa and Martin, definitely check them out. They will hook you up. Tell them that King Queen sent you. All right, so in review, because I'm ready to eat my birthday cake. Water changes before inclement weather comes. If you know it's coming, do water changes. Number 2, do not feed your fish before the inclement weather comes, and definitely don't feed them during the storm or if your power goes out. Number 3, I think I threw it away, but get yourself heating pads. The minute that you lose power, you want to put the heating pads on, because you don't want to give the cold a chance for the water to turn cold. You want to do everything you can to defeat the winter. So start putting heat pads on every tank that you can. I have about 50 heat pads just waiting to go in case something bad happens. I live in the mountains of Pennsylvania, so the chances of my power going out during the winter time is good. So I like to be prepared for it and be backed up with lots of heating pads or hand warmers. Either one of them will work. Scotch tape them on if you have to. Keep the water warm. Next, I think we're on 4 or 5. Towels, blankets, comforters. Put them on top, wrap them around all your tanks. Take tapes and just get them all around the tank so that they are going to keep that heat inside the tank. Hell, I've even taken styrofoam and put styrofoam on top of stuff and on the sides of the tank to just keep that heat in the tank. Next, we talked about the air pumps. You definitely want to get some of these at home. I have one for each and every one of my tanks as backup in case something goes wrong. I just also told you about the backup one, the older brand with the size D batteries. If for some reasons these fail on you and you can't charge them back up, go to this next, the double D batteries. These will last you, depending on the battery you put in it, anywhere from a day to 2. I think that's it, guys. Again, remember, we have to take care of our fish. That's the number one duty as hobbyists, to take care of our fish. And that means you have to be prepared for the worst. Okay? So, I think that covers it. I'm ready to go eat some cake. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And I will see you next week with a much longer, better video. Hope this helped lots of people out there. I'm sure that there's still some more bad weather coming. So, and this doesn't even have to be with snow. It could be thunderstorms, whatever. Whenever your power goes out, you want to be prepared. And these tips I just gave you will help. All right, guys. Signing out. I'm 53 and I'm happy. I feel good. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay absolutely positive. Positive keeps the wrinkles away. And stay absolutely fishy. Please hit the subscribe button. We've just passed 8,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. In fact, we're 8,100 and we are gaining steam. So thank you very much. Hit that like button. Leave comments below. Say happy birthday to me. I would really, really appreciate it. Liz and I are out. We're going to go snow tubing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. 53-year-old man going snow tubing. Can't end well. All right, guys. Love you so much. Take care.